Hello everyone, Andrew here, and I'm sure everyone's read the title by now and they're thinking, what, another one of these videos? But yeah, 400 subscriber milestone, I don't even know how. It's about almost exactly 2 weeks ago from today that I was uploading my 300 subscriber milestone, and I mean, it's just been amazing that it's still climbing there. And thanks to absolutely everyone who's subscribing, who supports my videos. Again, I mean, it's the exact same thing that you're hearing in like every video, and I promise that 500 will be the last main one before 1,000. I mean, I don't really know why I've been making one every 100. I mean, I guess it's just seemed appropriate. Because I really do want to thank everyone. Although, I mean, I'm sure that the message is getting a bit old by now. But like I said, I'm sure 500 will be a main one. And I'm just fiddling around with some things here. I'm actually going to show because in my like milestone subscriber videos, I usually go on to talk about other things too, and I do have a few other things to talk about today. As long as giving everyone, as well as giving everyone a look at the cabinets behind me too. So this isn't just going to be thank you to this person, that person. Although there will be a bit of that. So thank you to absolutely everyone who has already congratulated me on my subscriber milestone, and that would be EdT1138 and Danny4842, who posted comments to my channel because they noticed even before I made this video that I had over 400 subscribers. So thank you very much to all you guys, to both you guys. I really appreciate that. And again, just thanks to everyone. It's been so much fun doing this, and it's just so great to have subscribers and know that people are watching. Because I mean, when you first started, it's really weird. Because I mean, no one's really watching you make your videos, so it kind of feels like you're just talking to yourself. And I mean, it feels a lot more awkward than it does now. Because I mean, I know I'm talking to an audience. I know my regular viewers and things like that. So I mean, it feels like I'm actually talking to someone and not just the camera, and they're gonna upload it to YouTube. And then no one will be watching. So to all of you newer YouTubers out there, just don't give up hope. Just keep going, keep making videos, and people will start to come and start subscribing. And eventually, it won't seem so awkward when you make videos, and it won't just feel like you're talking to yourself. Because I mean, I feel a lot more welcome on YouTube now. I've met some great people, and overall, it's just amazing. 400 subscribers. So again, thanks to absolutely everyone who has subscribed to this thing. I hope I'm in the center here. It's really weird. I'm sitting at kind of like a table. I've never done anything like that before. Usually I just sit back and there's nothing in front of me. Because yeah, there will be a few things I'm going to show here, because someone had a bit of a request for something they wanted me to do. So I will do it, and then I'm going to go off topic for like 5 minutes while I do talk about this. Right. Let's see, what else should I get to? But yeah, just a whole bunch of things. Things are still being worked on here. I know it's another thing. It's like you don't want to see any more subscriber videos. You don't want to see any more of me talking about my cabinets and stuff like that. It's been going on for too long. No. Like I said, I will show everyone how it looks today. It is getting done. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. And hopefully next week things will be back to normal. I'll be able to make random games of the day and stuff like that. Because I am really looking forward to doing that. And I am sorry that I haven't made one in so long. Another thing I'm sorry I haven't done is upload any of the video from when I went to Anime North. I said I was going to do that. I said I was going to record footage, and I actually did end up recording 5 hours of footage at Anime North. So I made the first part, which was going to be like over an hour long, like just over an hour long, and I went to go upload it, and it said it was going to take 50 hours to upload. Now that's one thing about my camera. It records in HD. So I mean, obviously the file size is going to be a lot. And if I try to like render the video lower than that, you get these black bars around the edges, and nothing irritates me more than having black bars around the video. I mean, it's not too bad, really, if it's just for a little bit. But I mean, for over an hour of video, I really don't want it to be like that. Because I just hate that. I mean, especially I hate when you have a widescreen TV, and then there's still black bars on the top and bottom. It's like, I have a widescreen TV now. I don't need, like, why should there still be black bars there? I want to see the whole screen. I don't understand what's so appealing to people about these black bars that they want to have them on their screen. But anyway, so that's why there hasn't been any Anime North video yet. Like I said, there's 5 hours of footage. I just haven't been able to go through it all and compile it. I thought that was the phone. Compile it into like something uploadable yet. That's not going to take 3 years to upload. So I'm hoping to get some Anime North footage up at some point, really. So hopefully that works out. Another thing I wanted to thank is Teal Game Master for doing a birthday video for me back on May 29th, which was my birthday. I mean, I didn't really make that public, so if you didn't know that, don't feel like you forgot or anything like that. I just never really said it, because I mean, it would have been awkward to just be like, oh, and by the way, May 29th is my birthday, so everyone better wish me happy birthday. I mean, I didn't really know what to say, so I mean, but yeah, he made me a birthday video because I mean, we're really close friends. and like we talk a lot on the computer and stuff like that. He's all the way over in Europe, so I mean we're about as close as you can be with someone who's not in the same continent as you. But I mean, we talk a lot. So he knew my birthday. So he did an awesome little beginning playthrough of Asakura P, which is one of my favorite games ever made. I even did a random game the day of it. I mean, I absolutely love that game, and it just goes to show that you don't need companies with like massive $3 billion budgets to make a really fun game. But I mean, because it's not made by some company that has a massive budget, no one's going to notice that it exists. And it doesn't have enough guns and first-person shooting, so no one will buy it. It's sad but true. But yeah, thank you so much for that video. It was absolutely awesome. He was originally going to play Star Tropics for that video, but something went wrong with the file saving. But it was really funny because I've never actually seen anyone play Star Tropics, like do a playthrough of Star Tropics that hasn't already played it like 5 times before. So even though he didn't get to save the video and upload it, I just heard some of his reactions, and it's really awesome to hear what he had to say, because he started gaming with like the PS1. That was his first main gaming console. So it was really neat to see what he had to say about like Star Tropics, and he was like, there were some cryptic puzzles and stuff like that, and there were some pretty weird things. I mean, that's just how NES games were, but it was really neat to see what he thought about things like that. But anyway, Teal Game Master made me an awesome birthday video of Asakura P, and it was great. So thanks a lot for that. He also gave me Plant vs. Zombies on Steam, and I didn't know that game was so much fun. I mean, I never really, I don't have a phone. I mean, I don't have an iPhone, I don't have anything like that. So, I mean, I never really played Plants vs. Zombies and Angry Birds, and the things that seem like, you know, your normal iPod app games. So, I mean, Plants vs. Zombies actually turned out to be a ton of fun, so thanks again for that, too. You are awesome. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about that. What else did I want to get to? I think that's all I wanted to say about subscribers and Teal Game Master. Okay, take a breath for a second. Alright, next thing I'm going to move on to, and I want to get this right. I did a video about a week ago, actually, it's almost 2 weeks ago now, for Robert A. Strickland. Please tell me I got that right. It was in the video. I completely butchered his name, which is what I'm good at. I mean, if you want me to say your name completely wrong, I will do that for you. I think it's a side effect of my last name being kind of hard to pronounce, so my whole life people have been pronouncing it wrong. I mean, it's like they don't even take 10 seconds to kind of like think it out and how it should be pronounced. They just see it and they immediately go, oh, it's that, and it's completely off. But I mean, Robert A. Strickland, I mean, his name on YouTube, it's kind of just like all bunched together. Like, there's no spaces or anything like that, so I didn't really know how to separate the words. But yeah, so I butchered his name in his, I did a video response for a contest he was having, and I actually won the contest. He picked my video out of everyone else, so I won the contest, and he's sending me something in the mail right now. I have no idea what it is, but I definitely will be doing an unboxing of that when I get it, so thank you very much for that. And I will get to something else he asked me about, but before I do get to that, one thing I want to talk about before I forget about it, was I've actually wanted to mention this in a few videos, is that, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the back here. I mean, I haven't been making my usual videos like that. I apologize again. But another thing that people should be aware of is that every year my family kind of goes on sort of like a family road trip vacation kind of thing. Like last year, we drove down to Florida. Like, yeah, we do like a massive trip. Last year, we went through New York, and then from there we went down to Florida, and we went to like Universal Studios, theme park, stuff like that, and then we drove back. So like every year we do a driving vacation like that, and I know I went through New York. It's too bad I didn't know Danny 4842 then, because he said I should have come and seen him, but unfortunately, yeah, I didn't know him back then. But yeah, so that was what we did last year. But this year, that was a 2-week vacation, and then this year we're actually doing a 3-week vacation. We're going from here, which is like around Toronto, Canada, all of the way down to California, which is somewhere we've never been before, and we're driving all the way back. So we're going to take about 3 weeks for that, and we're leaving about, I think it's like the first week of June. I should have checked the exact date, but yeah, so it's going to be about a 3-week period there too, where there's not going to be really any videos. I mean, I'll be recording footage while I'm gone, although I don't even know if I'm taking my laptop yet, so I don't even know if I'm going to be uploading stuff while I'm gone, but yeah, so unfortunately there's going to be another kind of gap of videos, and I apologize for that. It's all my loyal viewers who want to see me upload a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to make this up to you, but I will somehow. I mean, I'm sorry about all of the delays. Because like I said, I mean, of course I've been working on this, and I mean, there's life too. But I mean, I have been trying to make videos when I can about things that I am able to make videos about while things are such a mess. Let's take a quick drink break. Not even sure how long I've been recording. So I let my camera run for a few minutes while I set up my chair and stuff. But it's been recording for about 15 minutes now, but I mean, I don't think, there's nowhere, probably only like 10 of that's actually stuff I'm going to upload. Anyway, Robert A. Strickland, and that's, yeah, I really hope that's right. He started asking me a few questions on YouTube. He had an NES game, which I'm assuming didn't work. And he started asking me about the pins on the cartridge of the NES game and what they should look like, because he thought the pins on his game were broken. Anyway, here is what your normal NES cart should look like. I actually opened up a game. I just picked 2 random games, because there's another one that I'm going to show as an example, so that I could actually show the pins very nicely. So yeah, that should be your pins. Nice and shiny, kind of gold colored, and yeah. I keep thinking I'm hearing the doorbell. I think it's just the echo of my voice, because I talk really loud. But yeah, that's pretty much what your cartridge should look like. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different cartridge shapes. Like, if you have a game that saves, you're going to have a much bigger circuit board with the battery and everything on it. But yeah, that's pretty much how your cartridge should look like, with gold pins all around like that. But then he asked me a question that said, are the pins supposed to be white? And I thought about it for a second, and then I think I figured out what he was getting at. I think he has a cartridge that looks like this. Now, there are a whole bunch of different types of NES cartridges, like I said. That one I just showed was Jeopardy. This one here is Yoshi. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different types, and there's a big gap in the middle. I'm not exactly sure why they didn't need to use all of the pins, but I mean, that is supposed to be there. It's not like the pins broke off or anything like that. That space is actually supposed to be in between the pins, so I'm not sure why they left the gap, and why they didn't need to use all the pins like they do for a lot of other NES games, but that is how it's supposed to look. So if you think you have an NES game where the pins have somehow broken off, which I've actually never heard of that happening before, I don't even know if it can. Because I mean, it's like, they're obviously on there really well. Then yeah, if you have your NES cartridge looks like this, or the missing pins don't always have to be in the middle, there can be a few on the side or something like that, your cartridge should be absolutely fine. If your cartridge is not working, it likely means that it's dirty. Either the cartridge is dirty, or even your NES, by putting dirty games into it, the pins in your NES can get dirty. Also, pushing the cartridge down in your NES is actually not a good thing, because the way the cartridge sits, it's actually bending the pins inside your NES. So, my front loader NES, when I use it, I actually just push it in, and don't even push the cartridge down, and it actually works a lot better that way. Usually within the first 1 to 3 tries. But anyway, yeah, if your cartridge is not working, it's likely that it might be a bit dirty. So what I usually do about dirty games is I break out the contact cleaner. Now, I mean, you don't have to use contact cleaner. I mean, I know some people use Windex, and there's other solutions to stuff you can use. You can look up stuff like that. If you don't want to get contact cleaner. But I just bought this at like my local electronics store for like $10, and I've got a lot of use out of it. It's great. So yeah, you get your contact cleaner, and then you get a Q-tip, and then over the garbage, I'm going to put a bit of the contact cleaner on this Q-tip. Try not to get any on my hands. And then you can take your cartridge and just kind of clean the dirt off. I'm going to try not. I'm going to do it over here so I don't get any on the table I'm kind of using. Yeah, there wasn't too much dirt on this one, although it's amazing just how many times, how many times I've cleaned the game, and the Q-tip has just turned black. Yeah, this one actually didn't turn too black, although as I'm cleaning, I did see a lot of dirt actually coming off, which is great. Yeah, you might be able to notice the Q-tip turned kind of gray, but I mean, that's nothing. I have cleaned games where it's like you just dipped it in black paint. That's how dirty the game was. I mean, so the contact cleaner does a really good job getting your games nice and clean, and they'll usually work a lot better after I do this. Especially if they're really dirty like that, when I was telling you that just turns the Q-tip absolutely black or green or some really disgusting color that no one should ever have to look at. This is just terrible. But yeah, so that is basically how I clean my NES games. You don't have to take them apart for this, of course. I mean, I just did it on one that was apart because it was already apart. But I mean, you can easily fit the Q-tip in if your cartridge is closed. But if you do want to take your cartridges apart, you are going to want to get one of these, and this is a bit that fits inside a screwdriver, and you can find these on eBay for like $5, and they're pretty neat. because they let you open up your NES cartridges, the later ones, not the ones with the earlier screws. I'll talk about those in a minute. So yeah, you can open up cartridges with this, your NES, Super NES, 64, and even Game Boy cartridges with the smaller version of the Nintendo security bit. I don't exactly remember the size that they go by. But yeah, there's actually a smaller version of this, and then there's a bigger version, and the bigger version fits inside your consoles. The NES actually has normal screws, so you won't need this to open that. Although, if you want to open things like Super Nintendo and 64, and a few other things, you're definitely going to want the bigger version. But yeah, I don't remember the exact size, but if you go on eBay and search Nintendo security bit, you'll probably see two sizes. The smaller one is for games, and the bigger one is for consoles. And I mean, they're really useful. I've actually used them quite a bit. They can be used for cleaning games. One thing that's really cool, if you get an NES game and you shake it and you hear that rattling inside, a lot of people instantly think like, oh man, it's broken, and it's like, I don't want it in my collection. All it usually is, though, is like one of the plastic pieces on the inside of the cartridge is like broken. So it's not really affecting the game at all. So all you need to do is use your bit, open up the cartridge, take that plastic piece out, and instant rattling gone. Instant. I don't even know what I was trying to get out there, but it will stop the rattling, because obviously that plastic piece won't be in there anymore, and your game will sound good as new when you shake it, because everyone wants to shake their NES games. But yeah, so that's one really good reason to get one of these security bits, and also, yeah, they're just good to have in case you ever do need to open up a game for any reason. Like if you want to change I actually don't know how to do it myself. I haven't really looked into it, but if you want to change your batteries in like your Pokemon games or anything like that, because Pokemon game batteries just seem to die like really, really easily. I've seen so many dead Pokemon games. You can open them up with this and then go online and find out how to change the battery in it, so that's pretty neat. Other things I have in my kind of toolkit here are this screwdriver right here, and this kind of has the three, I don't even know what you call it, like the three wing. It's kind of like a three-wing screwdriver, so it's kind of like two come in and then one goes down, and I don't even remember what that's called. And you can use that to open up like your Nintendo DS and stuff like that. I've actually never had to use it yet, but again, that was like $5 on eBay with free shipping, and I like having tools and stuff around just in case I ever need them. I mean, who knows, I might use it someday. I actually have an original Nintendo DS that won't charge for some reason. I've been meaning to open it up. It works fine, but when you plug the charger into the back, the charge light doesn't come on and no energy actually goes into the battery. So I've been meaning to open that up just to see if like something's loose or something, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. Other thing in here is really mini flathead screwdriver, because not all NES games actually use the security kind of screws in the back. Really early NES games actually just use normal normal screws that you can open with either a really mini, flathead or plus. No, sorry, no, not a plus. No, just flathead screwdriver. You can tell which games are like this. I should have grabbed one that wasn't a part. By looking at the top of the game, as you can see, this one kind of has a flat top there, and this one kind of has the hooks. Then if you look at the back, you'll notice that this one has 5 screws in the back with an additional 2 in the top corners, and this one only has 3. The sticker has nothing to do with that. The gold sticker actually means that the game has a save battery in it, and the gray ones don't. So if you've ever wondered which NES games save, that's how you know. Gold sticker always means that it saves. So yeah, the ones that have 5 screws, you can actually open with a normal, really small flathead screwdriver. And some people like this because in some of the really old ones that have the I have the 5 screws like that, you can find NES to Famicom converters in them. And one really common game to find those in is Gyromite, and another one is Stack Up. Stack Up has like a 100% chance of having one of these converters in it. Unfortunately, Stack Up is also a really hard game to get. Unfortunately, I haven't found any of these myself yet, so I can't show you what they look like. But yeah, the story was, back in like the first Christmas after the NES came out or something like that, there was a huge shortage of NES games to get out there on the market because people were buying them up like crazy. So what they did, since they didn't have enough actual North American NES circuit boards for the games, what they did was they brought in a whole ton of circuit boards from Japan for the same games, but they were just the Japanese version, but used Famicom to NES converters inside of the cartridge so that you could convert them to play on an NES. So that's why people like to open up the cartridges like this to see if they can find one of those converters inside, because they are pretty neat to find, although I mean I have enough unofficial ones that I don't really need it anyway, but it would be neat to have. But yeah, I think that's it for my talk about opening up NES games, about what the circuit board should look like. These are just like 2 examples of them, but like I said, nothing wrong with having that space in there. It's supposed to be there. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this topic. So I hope that helped you. And yeah, hopefully your game is not broken, and hopefully after giving it and your NES a good cleaning, everything will work absolutely fine. Yeah, I believe that's all I wanted to talk about as far as that goes. Next thing I'll probably do is just give you a quick look at what the cabinets look like that are behind me. I'm sure that everyone has been waiting to see that. And yeah, hopefully that goes well, and that will probably end off the video. But like I said, like these subscriber videos are not always just about me thanking people. Hopefully that was some pretty information, not just for the person who asked, but for everyone. Anyway, let me turn this around. The screen was flipped backwards so I could look at it while I was sitting down. Anyway, here's kind of what I was sitting at. What I was sitting at is actually the base of one of the World of Nintendo cabinets I got. And that is going in that corner over there. It just hasn't made it there yet, so that was why I was kind of sitting at that. It did make a good table, though, I have to admit. So yeah, there's all the stuff I use. But here are the cabinets that are set up right now. And, I mean, people, and I've seen a lot of comments where people are like, wow, is that your house, or are you in a store? I don't know why I had so much trouble saying that. I mean, now people are going to be even like way more confused because I have cabinets that actually came right out of the store. And yeah, we actually managed to get them all set up. I mean, I showed you pretty much the whole process. I mean, we had them in our garage, we cut them to pieces, and now they are assembled and pretty much completely put back together. That one's not completely put back together yet because this needs to be moved into the corner. And that can't be done if that one's there, so we're gonna have to move that one again. The shelves are completely movable. We just put the shelves in there to make space in the garage so we could get other things out. But I mean, the shelves can be placed anywhere, and there can be like, you don't even have to put any shelves in if you don't want, but I mean, it would be kind of pointless. But the shelves are just temporary for now. That's not how they will be set up in the end, most likely anyway. But yeah, overall, some really heavy-duty cabinets. And it's going to be absolutely awesome once I get everything set up on these. There's part of the World of Nintendo cabinet thing. That was right there. But yeah, I can't wait to start putting everything away. Just a few more things to do, and then hopefully everything will be done. But yeah, that's pretty much how things are going right now. I'm just going to move out here so you can kind of get a big look back in at it. I mean, you can't see the whole thing, unfortunately, from here. But I mean, all the signs. I mean, down there's another PlayStation 2 one. Then it's Xbox, PSP, PlayStation 3, and then that one's actually going to be PlayStation 2 again, so there was 2 PlayStation 2s for whatever reason, so I made sure to put one on both ends. And the Xbox cabinet also has a few stickers on the case too, like Gears of War 3 advertisement, and Xbox Live sticker, and then some of them also have that parental guidance warning things. I mean, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I believe that's all I really wanted to show in this video. And again, this is the 400 subscriber video. So thanks again to everyone who watches and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope that any information I gave on NES cartridges might help you in this video. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. It says I've been recording for almost 29 minutes now. So probably about time to end this off. Even though, like I said, like 5 minutes or something of that's not even going to be actual footage. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And hope to see you next time for something different. So thanks, and see you then.